point of this segment is to talk about how you can be using a camera in the gym to be taking better pictures. The first step we're going to do is not use a big camera, because that's one of the #1 things that stops people from creating anything, is thinking that they need to buy the thing. The #1 question I've gotten in my Instagram direct messages for the last almost 10 years now is, what camera do I need to buy? Not what do I need to learn. The what I need to learn is almost always free and can work with any camera. So we're going to do all this with iPhone, right? You're not going to see the pictures. They're not going to be that good. But the point is, the camera you have is more important than just buying something. So first step is you're always going to do one of these. Give a little wipe, 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 wipe.
Why won't the pictures be that good?
Well, it's because of the subject, right? First step when you're using your camera phone, and most of these tips are going to work for photo and for video. So you could think about them the same way. First step, we wipe to make sure it's clean. Second step, we make sure we are not the person that's actually supposed to be doing the coaching. Let the coaches coach the classes. Coaches are not the photographers, right? You can have a coach that he is signed up for the next hour and his role is to be the media person, but he or she should not be responsible for being the photographer. So let's say Shaun's my guy here. Why don't you grab that kettlebell over there? So what I want to do first of all is, if I want to take a good picture, first of all, I'll show the bad. So the bad would be, I'm going to walk up, maybe I'm out like here. Maybe I'm going to walk even all the way out of the camera, and I'm over here. And I'm going to take a vertical picture of him just swinging that kettlebell. You can stop. I don't want to burn you out too fast.
Thank you.
The first thing we want to do with our camera is go this way. There's going to be some asterisks to that based on what kind of place you want to send your picture off to. But if you go shoot horizontal for everything, you always have the ability to cut into it to make a vertical. But if you take a vertical picture, you don't always have the opportunity to make it horizontal. So I'm going to do it this way. The first step. So first step was turn the camera. So Shaun, why don't you go swing that kettlebell for me a little bit? All right. So I was out here. First thing I want to do, I want to get closer. I want to get closer to the action, right? Immediately, going to be a much better picture. Click, 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 click. All right, relax for a second. So when you look at your Sports Illustrated, is that still a thing? Is Sports Illustrated still a magazine? Yeah. Okay, sure. If you look at good sports photography, whether you're checking out like
the bikini magazine now.
Oh, okay, fair enough. So most of these tips will not work for that, because they'll actually give the wrong effect.
Got it.
So when you look at really good fitness style images, it's usually, for men specifically, about making them look bigger, and unfortunately for women, usually about trying to make them look leaner. But the same rules apply in terms of trying to make things look a lot more epic and bigger, and really try to pump up people to make your kind of everyday heroes. So the easiest way to create a more heroic shot to make people look more awesome is so first of all, I've already gotten closer, is now, instead of shooting here, which is a perspective we're all used to because that's where our heads are, is to get lower. So yeah, same. So I'm going to get lower. So swing that kettlebell for me.
Start snapping.
All right, we're ready.
That's the shot I want.
Yeah, well, we actually have this shot of you back in the old days with that swinging kettlebell shot, remember?
I'm more jacked now.
Oh, yeah, that's not true at all. But so also then, once I'm down there, I might start working some different angles, right? I'm shooting up on him, and it makes Shaun look like he's way more than the 155 pounds that he is, right?
65.
So step 1, turn the camera. Step 2, get closer. Step 3, change up that perspective and that angle. This is a big important rule to keep in your head, though. When you shoot someone low up, it's going to make them look bigger. If you're working with clients that are there with weight loss goals in mind, shooting them in that direction is going to make that body image look even more inflated, right? So you need to be thinking about when and how to apply that. Conversely, if I shot down on someone, it's going to make them always look smaller, which may be kind of the effect you want to go for. The big thing is we want to think about, stop shooting where your head is. Change the angle. So we're shooting down, we're shooting up. Even the difference of that versus that is going to be absolutely dramatic. So a couple things there. Position, we're messing around with the camera. The biggest part of photography and videography is it's about catching light. So we have the camera set up shooting in this direction, catching us here, is because we have big windows behind the camera, and we also have a couple fancy lights. Those lights are what's giving us our contrast, our shadows, our highlights, and that's what makes pictures look interesting. If, for instance, we flipped absolutely everything in this room right now, we would be shooting into really, really bright lights. It would make everything look bad, and especially on a point-and-shoot like a camera, like an iPhone, it's going to make the pictures look terrible and washed out because it's trying to expose for that really bright thing behind you, or it's going to do really weird stuff to try to get the subject that's getting blown out look good. So what you always want to think about doing is putting your really, really bright light behind you so it's hitting your subject, right? So that's why we already were set up this way. But let's say Shaun was going the other way. Those windows are now behind us. What I would be getting now with especially a camera phone is either, what's that?
They can't see them.
They can't see them, it's okay. But what the picture and the camera will be getting is a really, really washed out window. They're not going to get a good look. So most people are always complaining that, especially in a gym environment, whether it's a Globo gym, a CrossFit gym, is that the lighting conditions are really bad. It's not that the lighting conditions are bad, it's that you're not working with what's there. So if I was shooting into windows, it's going to look terrible. But if I know to always keep a window behind me when I'm shooting, like let's say we do like an Athlete of the Month thing in the gym, I don't want to shoot them in the back corner of the gym where it's completely pitch black. I want to prop them right in front of the door, right in front of the window. Or maybe we have like a strip of grass outside, shoot out there. The light is going to be 10,000 times better, and when the light is better, the camera works better. So that's why if you take beach pictures with your iPhone, they look great. When you take pictures at nighttime inside, they look terrible. The camera needs light to work. So I think that really could be one of the absolute biggest tips you can have, is just thinking about the light.